The house dedication is just almost the best part of the celebration, and it truly is a celebration. Homeowners with their families, because they certainly want to include as many of their family members as they can. Aunts and uncles, cousins, brothers and sisters from away often come, but an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the opportunity to own a home, and this sense of accomplishment, because the families have to complete 300 hours of sweat equity on their houses as well as on other habitat projects and homes. It's truly a sense of accomplishment. I did this. I really set this goal for me to complete, and I did it.
Let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
One of my favorite dedication events occurred when we were all gathered around a home that was being dedicated, and one of the volunteers turned to me and she said, "This is just too much joy." I was like, okay, I'm good with that. Too much joy. That's where you want to be. That's the kind of thing that you want to achieve here. And I think that would be the feeling of everybody at a house dedication. It's just a lot of joy. Habitat brings out the best in people, and that's a real treat to see. So it's great to be there. It's great to look at that home and think, I helped put that piece of siding on, or I nailed that sheetrock up, or I helped install those cabinets.
The children can play in the yards in a safe neighborhood. Otherwise, families really are cooped up in their houses. A sense of belonging, of feeling a part of the neighborhood and wanting to keep it nice. People are healthier. People are contributing more to the neighborhood. Safe neighborhoods are best for everybody.
Rarely is there a time when I go to a host dedication where one of the kids doesn't come up to me and say, "Come and see my room. I want to show you my room. I've never had a room before, and I got to paint this one pink, or I got to paint this one blue," or they just really love the experience of something that's theirs, something pretty basic. It's a bed and a closet and a dresser in there, but it's theirs and they get to take care of it. But another piece that I really love is the connection that the kids have with their yards. And sure, a yard is a great place to play and ride your bike, but it's also a great place to have a pet. And if you're in a rental property, you really don't have the opportunity to have a pet. So we'll find Habitat homeowners and their kids, a little bit into the time of home ownership, discovering that they've got a new puppy or a new kitty. And it really gives those kids an opportunity to take care of something, to learn how to take care of it, to share their love of their pet with their neighbors.
Let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Home. Yes, I am home. Home is when I'm alone with
you. We had a family move to Waterloo from Chicago with garbage bags full of clothes, and they stayed at the Salvation Army for a while, transitional housing, and were separated because there's only female and male housing there. But then they got a rental and both got jobs, and in 6 months they moved into a rehabbed 4-bedroom home that we were working on. So it was certainly an answer come true for them.
And the story of this homeowner family, it was a husband and wife and a son. And the husband had had a medical problem that had left him in a wheelchair. Their home was in a trailer home. And when he became disabled in this way and had to be in a wheelchair, their housing environment just went south. His wheelchair was too big to go down the hall in the trailer home, so he had to stay in the main room. The trailer home itself was old and dilapidated and was getting moldy, and things would freeze in the winter because the pipes weren't well enough insulated, and the heat would go out through gaps in the wall. So it was a very desperate housing situation. And the way that this family coped with this problem was the mom would work at night while her son could be there with the son's father, with her husband, because he needed to be, cared for around the clock. So she would be home with the husband during the day and take care of him. And then when her son got home from school, she could go off to work. So of course that meant that was a second shift job, and that she was gone during the night. So the son couldn't engage in any after school activities, and the mother was really restricted in what she could do. And their housing situation was very desperate. There was mold in the trailer home. They were ill on a regular basis. Just really an awful environment. We created a home that was handicapped accessible. So this home was built for him so that he could wheel himself into the shower. The countertops are at the height where he can do the dishes. The washer and the dryer are front-loading washer and dryer, so he can now do laundry. So he can get around the house and he can be a contributing member of that family. He can do the laundry and he can do the dishes and he can take care of himself as well. Because they're in an energy efficient home too, with really good air quality and that kind of thing, since they've moved in, they have not had any health problems. They haven't had to go to the hospital for any medical issues that they've had to deal with. So their whole life has changed just dramatically. The husband can get around the house. The son doesn't need to watch him at night while mom goes to work, so the son can engage in after-school activities. And the mom actually, she came into the Habitat office in Winona a while back, and she was so excited, and she wanted to share her great joy and how wonderful this was with the Habitat staff people that were there. And she told this whole story, and of course, they're in tears about how great a change and what an impact this has had on that family already. But then to cap it all off, and I hope I can say this without starting to cry myself, she said, "It's really cool. Now I can go out and get a second job." So what this had done for her was it had given her the opportunity not only to have a husband who was a contributing member of the family, but it had given her the opportunity to go out and get another job so that she could better support her family. That's the kind of story I love. I get to do that. This is the stuff that we get to do, and we do it in partnership with you guys. So, that home got Federal Home Loan Bank money, and then look at the difference it made.